We're breathing deeply here on the show. You did not warn me that the mics were on.
I did.
You did not.
I said it.
They're absolutely not. But I'm like leaning in like this, like looking at my computer and like.
I literally said mics are on, and I just hear. Right.
Poor timing. Anyway, do you want to do your bit?
Yeah. Howdy. Welcome on into the pre-show before the pre-show, where things are just going great.
It's really great. So today's my wife's off of work today. A decent amount of people are off of work today.
Yes. Yeah. It's Good Friday.
Good Friday, and
Most schools are.
I have a religious confession to make.
Okay.
Okay. So I grew up, Good Friday. Good Friday's, if you didn't know, Good Friday is a celebration. Celebration's a real word. It's a commemoration.
Yes.
Of the day that
the celebration comes on Sunday.
The day that Jesus was crucified.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point of Good Friday. And I grew up Catholic. I'm a Catholic guy.
Yep.
Catholics back on top. Got the Catholic president. Stuff like that. So, Catholic president, Catholic chief justice, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Catholics back on top. My point is
anyway,
that growing up,
mm-hmm.
like, it always seemed weird that, like, Good Friday is called Good Friday, even though it's, like,
the bad part.
It's, like, the bad part, right? That always threw me off. And I understand that there's a deeper meaning of,
right.
like, a deep religious meaning to it of,
mm-hmm.
like, there is good that comes from it.
Yeah.
But, like, growing up, I always thought it was, like, sarcastic. I was like, yeah, it's a real Good Friday.
Right.
Like, it's from the point of view of Jesus.
You absolutely would think that.
Be like, hey, did you have a Good Friday? Yeah, I had a real Good Friday.
Yeah, let me tell you about it. Cracks knuckles.
Great Friday.
Let me tell you about it.
Real great Friday. Pontius Pilate was here. It was not good.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, I always thought that was like, it was like sarcastic.
Right.
I always thought that we were doing I don't know. It was I don't know.
You would.
Me growing up, that was just how my brain worked. It's like that's how I remembered it.
I
Of
feel
like that's what it is. It's like it's good, but it's actually like opposite day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, and it's funny right now because April Fool's was yesterday,
Yeah.
and that's more
Yeah.
along the lines of like the closest we get to opposite day, you
Yeah.
know?
So there's that. Okay. One other thing we gotta do in the pre-show. Have you seen this?
I watched it and I appreciate it. I feel like a lot of people aren't gonna understand it.
Okay.
We can show it because I've got something else to
This
say
is
afterwards.
a continuing series on the TFT pre-show called Internet Videos that I found that I feel like not enough people have seen that you should probably see here on Texas Football Today. So roll it.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales. Ooh. Every day, they're out there making DuckTales. Ooh. Tales of dare and do bad. And good luck, tales. Ooh. Danger. Watch behind you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do? Just grab on to some DuckTales. Ooh. Every day they're out there making DuckTales. Ooh. Tales of dare and do bad and good luck tales. Ooh. Not ponytails or cottontails. No. DuckTales. Ooh.
That's an actor named David Urey. If you've ever watched Breaking Bad,
I have not.
You have not. Okay. I had to look this up because I'm like, you look so familiar. If you've ever seen Breaking Bad, he is the guy who gets crushed by an ATM. That's him. And Breaking Bad, people who watch Breaking Bad are like, oh my gosh, that's him. Yeah, that's him. But he has a series on YouTube where he does these dramatic readings of sitcom themes.
Yeah.
So like he has, let me just look here.
To explain, that's the DuckTales theme song for anyone who didn't understand
The
that.
Facts of Life, Three's Company, Friends, Different Strokes, Degrassi, Silver Spoons, One Day at a Time, Flipper, Who's the Boss,
Oh, the flipper.
Charles
would
in
be good.
Charge, the Spider-Man theme from the 60s. It's I don't know. It's really good.
I thought it was is it the poetry?
Oh, like slam poetry.
Slam poetry.
It is.
Yeah.
It's almost like the slam
The
poetry
version of
the
theme
DuckTales
songs.
theme.
Also, I wish I would have known about this. Well, not today because it's Hawaiian Shirt Friday, which again. But I have a DuckTales shirt, like the ending. It's the ending scene of like the theme song thing where they're all standing there in the gold mine. I have that on a shirt.
And you haven't worn that every day of your life?
Yeah, that's a character flaw on my part.
Yeah, I was going to say that seems like
maybe
look,
Monday.
I've overall been very complimentary of the job that Trish and Lance have done raising you, but that's obviously a hole in your resume.
Yeah.
If you
You're not
have a
wrong.
DuckTales shirt and you're not wearing
wearing
it every day to this job, this job, like I get it if you work in corporate America. Which, by the way, okay, and this is neither here nor there. I don't know if I'm actually allowed to say this.
Do it.
Yeah, I don't know. If I say this, you guys got to promise not to tell anybody. I told you this. So apparently there is word that so Fox made the change to Bally. As you saw, it's no longer Fox
Wednesday
Sports Southwest.
it
It's
became
Bally
official.
Sports Southwest.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of it. It's a whole rebranding effort. And apparently part of the rebranding is talent is not going to wear ties.
Really?
Yeah, we're going to go shirt and coat.
Huh.
And you guys, if you've ever seen the Football Friday stuff or the scoreboard stuff, we're always in suit and tie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're going a little bit more casual. That is interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. I have a lot
wonder-
of ties.
I was like, do you have the option to wear a tie, or is it
I would bet-
more along the lines of?
I would bet they're going to say like don't like and look. Who am I to go out there and start rocking the boat?
Yeah.
I'm a high school football analyst.
If they tell me not to wear a tie,
Yes. They
just
say
am not
jump, and I say how
How
high,
high?
sir. You know what I mean? So anyway, there's that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, check it out. It's David Ury, URY on YouTube. He has a bunch of these TV theme song monologues. They're great.
That was a good one.
All right, hit the theme expo. Let's go! Free money!
Ain't how to sing blue thing. Shot glass in your hand.
Yes, y'all. From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas, it is Texas Football Today, a show on the internet. My name is Greg Tepper. I am the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, a magazine, texasfootball.com, a corresponding website. Thank you for spending part of your day with us, whether you're watching us live at texasfootball.com or on Facebook or on Twitch or on YouTube, or you listen to us on the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part to support your local mediocre internet show. I am sitting over there at the helm today, making us sound good. She is the Duchess of the Dorks. She's Ashley Pickle. Hello, Ashley Pickle.
Howdy. Happy Hawaiian Shirt Friday.
Happy Hawaiian Shirt Friday. There are no the Texas Rangers are winless.
Yeah.
They scored
kind
5
of,
runs in the first
in the
inning,
first
and then I believe we're trailing by the second.
Yes.
Or
No.
the third. Or maybe the third.
Third, because they tied it. It was 5-5 going into the second.
Neato. It's going to be a long season, guys. Today is Friday, April 2nd, 2021. 237 days till Thanksgiving, episode 1138. 1138, 1139?
I have 9.
Hold on. Let's go to the podcast. Figure it out. It is 1139. 1139.
Let's go.
Unsurprisingly, I'm wrong about something. 1139. This is the Bump Wills episode. We actually had the Bump Wills. One of his numbers came up the other day. But yes, the Bump Wills episode. is 1139. Let me make sure there's not a picture. Nope, there's not. Anyway, bump wheels. On today's show, my friends, it is Mailbag Friday, brought to you by our friends, the helpful Honda dealers. So if you have questions about high school football, college football, recruiting, lifestyle, romance, travel, Hawaiian shirts, breathing into microphones, dramatic monologues of TV theme songs, beloved TV theme songs, ask them in the comments on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or on the text line, 972-532-6665. That's 972-5-DAMN-OK, 972-532-MONK, if you want to text us your questions as well. So we'll have some questions. We'll go as long as we can, and then we will stop doing the show. And then we'll take the weekend off, and we'll come back on Monday and do another show, because that's kind of the whole thrust of the concept here.
Is
it's about what we do
yeah.
here.
That got me thinking. If
Did
we
it-
ever
did it
need
hurt?
something for a bet, that's
Mhm.
what we should do.
Which
like
is what?
the loser has to go do slam poetry somewhere live. That would be fun.
Slam poetry? Like,
Yeah.
where would you even do slam poetry?
Oh, I can guarantee you there's a plethora of places in Denton.
Maybe I just don't go to the right places in Denton.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you were frequenting slam poetry places.
I'm not, but I'm just saying I feel like I could Google it and it would be pretty easy to find
I
out.
might do, I would go up there and do the theme from Full House.
Yeah, that would be good. Do you like 20 have you seen the Jump Street movies, 21 and 22
No,
Jump
I've
Street?
actually heard they're pretty good.
They're
Yeah.
fantastic. There is a really, really good scene of a slam poetry thing that they did in the
Not
second
a
movie.
huge, not
and
a
it's
huge
hysterical.
fan of what's his name?
Channing Tatum?
Beefcake, yeah, Channing Tatum. Not a huge fan of his. But
Wrong. In every way.
okay, well, you and I have different measurements of what we think of like measuring sticks as far as
Why
how-
he is
about
great
about
on movies.
about actors measuring sticks, so to speak.
Yeah.
So there is that's neither here nor there.
Anyway, that
This
would be a
weekend-
fun
although
a
this
fun
weekend-
bet though. Like for a fantasy football league or something.
You should know that I did talk my wife into this weekend. We're gonna watch Godzilla vs Kong. So on Monday here on the pre-show, I will have my explosive, both of them, my exclusive, explosive, must-see review of the most important film of 2021, Godzilla vs Kong.
It's on HBO Max, right?
Correct.
Maybe
You want to watch it?
Maybe I will.
You should watch. Do you have HBO Max?
I don't, but I
You
know
don't.
people. I got an HBO Max guy.
Okay. Yes, that would be Watch
Okay,
it. Watch
maybe.
it this weekend. Watch it this weekend, and we
The
won't.
w-
We will
Ugh.
not talk about it.
Okay.
And we will come in here and on the pre-show on Monday, we will give our exclusive,
Okay.
explosive, must-see review.
That might be a Sunday night thing because the weather's going to be nice, so I'm not going to be sitting inside. I
What
don't
about
know.
Saturday night. What are you doing Saturday night?
I don't know.
There
I
you
don't
go.
have plans, so
There you go. Right.
we'll figure
I know
this
you're
out.
between shots. I know that. So I know you're getting your next. I know when you're getting your next.
Yeah.
Shot. Yeah. Exactly. Do we have first four through the door?
We sure do. It was me, Rob Hadaway, Tony Blaylock, and Miss Terry Adams. Welcome in, fellas and lady fella.
Hello, friends. Okay. I want to invite you to become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Insider, texasfootball.com/subscribe. It's our subscription package, 2 magazines, a year's worth of exclusive online content at texasfootball.com. You get the 2021 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, which we're hard at work on right now. Mailed to you early. Mailed to you before it hits newsstands. So if you want to be the first person on your block. Do people say that? On your block?
No, that's a very wash suburb thing to say.
Is it? Because I feel like when I associate blocks, I think of big
Well,
cities.
you could say if you want to be the first on your cul-de-sac, if that makes it any better.
That's much more washed. If you want to be the first person on your cul-de-sac or on your farm to market road,
There you go.
to get your
You
I
hit
gotta know
those
my
small
audience.
town
I gotta know my
Texans.
audience here. You want to be the first person on your farm to market road to get the 2021 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. The only way to do that is to become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Insider at texasfootball.com/subscribe. A lot of great content online for insiders only as well. texasfootball.com/subscribe. All right, Pickle. It is Mailbag Friday, presented by our friends at the North Texas Honda dealers. Let me make sure I give them their love.
I can do it. You told me to pull it up, so I could do it
you
this time. I
remembered.
did.
And we go to Ashley Pickle for an ad read.
Yes, because it is. The North Texas Honda dealers want to help you score some great deals on award-winning Hondas. Stop by your helpful Honda dealer today or visit ntxhondadealers.com. to learn more.
Yeah, good job. Thank you, helpful Honda dealers. We love you very much. Drive a Honda, buy a Honda, do Honda things.
It's like no wonder that our sales team won't let us get like within 50 feet of a sale. Like they don't want
I feel
us
like
to
I
do.
would be a closer. I feel like my sales strategy will work with some people.
What is the move? No, just
Yes.
no.
Yes.
There's a movie where the guy is so scared to, I don't remember which one it is, but he's so scared to go in for this job interview, and he does good the whole entire time, and then he realizes, oh, I'm going to get this job. So when they walk out, he like loosens up and is himself, and the guy's sitting there like, no. Like that would be you.
Nah, I feel like I feel like I would be a good closer. I feel like I could do that because I'd be like, listen, I'm gonna put some personality in your ads. Like like you can give me copy points and that's great, but I'm gonna give the people what they want, which is to be entertained while they're listening.
You
to
see
ads
all
about
this?
our
This is
friends,
a lot of personality.
the North Texas Honda dealers. They're here to help. Okay. Do we have any questions from the peeps?
We have one question so far.
Mhm.
And so we'll just go ahead and go with that one, I guess. So Jacob John had said hello from Orlando
Good start.
and asked, do you have a favorite childhood vacation?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And this is going to sound weird because I think most people are going to look at their favorite family vacation and be like, oh, well, when we went to the beach,
Mm-hmm.
right? But mine is in the summer of 1998.
Okay.
It was my favorite vacation because we got in the car
Mm-hmm.
and we drove from 98. We were living in Dallas then. We drove from DFW all the way up to Milwaukee
Mm-hmm.
and back. And we stopped. We did like a big Midwest road trip.
Mm-hmm.
And what was so cool about it was that we stopped a bunch of different places, and we watched baseball games. So we went to Busch Stadium, which was old Busch Stadium at that point,
Mm-hmm.
in St. Louis. And we watched them. And then we went to Wrigley Field, and we watched a game there. I think we might have gone to Comiskey too.
Okay.
I've been to Comiskey, but we might have gone to the south side as well, or what was it now? PNC, U.S. Cellular Field, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? Comiskey. And then we went up to Milwaukee, and at that point, I think it was the last year, or one of the last years of Milwaukee County Stadium. So we went there, and the reason that it's so memorable for me is that if anybody knows anything about 1998 in baseball, that was when it was McGuire versus Sosa. That's when it was the home run chase, and it was really in the summer. It was really starting to cook with gas.
Uh-huh.
Like people were like, "Oh, these guys are doing things differently,"
Mm-hmm.
and so I got to watch both Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire hit a home run during the summer of '98.
Okay, that's cool.
Which is just like super duper cool for me. And so I always remember that. And I think we've mentioned this on the show before, but like we didn't fly places. Like we were like flying was like for emergencies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I remember like we flew to Chicago for like my grandmother's funeral, and I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, like crazy, we're flying.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we just, and especially with like my I have two brothers, and so
Yeah, that's
family
a family
of
five.
five.
I mean,
5 plane tickets.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No doubt. See, it's funny. There's two that I always go back and forth on. One of it was basically the exact same thing that you just described, but with ours, it was going to different Six Flags. So any vacation
right.
that we ever went on we based it around Six Flags because you can get a season pass and you can use it at any park in the country. So that's a full day's worth of fun for basically free at that point. So my parents were like, the kids have no idea. We're saving money. This is awesome. So we would go do that. And yeah, we went all the way up. We made a big stop we went to the St. Louis one, which I'm sure you've been there.
I've not.
Oh, really?
No. Great America. I've told you this. Like I like roller coasters, but I don't seek them out.
Okay. But our big stop was all the way up in Ohio, and we went to Cedar Point, which is real big time. And we actually stayed on the park there for 3 days. So that was really fun. But the other one that was super, super cool, and this one, again, based off of roller coaster trips, but we went to Atlanta. and went to the Six Flags out there, and that was the first time in Georgia. So we did that. That was also the first time we drove from Atlanta to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. But on the way out, we stopped at Augusta to look down Magnolia Lane to see the Masters, which was just so cool. That's all you can see is down Magnolia Lane. But that was one of the coolest vacations that I went on for that reason. And Myrtle Beach was fantastic. The drive to South Carolina was great. That one's probably my favorite.
Okay.
And then I got to actually go to the Masters, so that makes it even
impressive.
that makes it
That's
even
cool.
better.
That's cool. Even
But-
me, not golf guy, can acknowledge that is cool. Driving up to a place and being like, "There's the road that leads to grass,"
But
that seems a little bit
Right, but I never in my lifetime thought I would ever get to actually go into the course.
Right.
So even being
Right.
able to see the USA bunker and this part of the clubhouse, it was like, as a kid, that was like, man, can you even imagine if we ever got to go there one day?
right.
Yes, going to it was a whole nother level of cool. But that imagination as a kid of maybe one day I'll get to go in there was like,
I guess
I stole a leaf.
I guess the only
I took a leaf back home with me.
what a this is we should just really rename this show. Ashley Pickle tells on herself for every day. I guess it's weird, but like it's not really a vacation because we didn't go well, we did, but like we didn't leave the city that we lived in. But when we lived in Atlanta in '96, we went to the Olympics.
Oh,
And,
yeah. That's awesome.
And that was like our summer vacation because like we spent a lot of money on tickets and stuff like that. And so we went to a bunch of tickets. We went to rowing. We went to men's volleyball. We went to track. We got to see Michael Johnson.
Was it
run.
sand volleyball?
No, it was indoor.
It was
volleyball.
indoor?
It was indoor. It was at Georgia Tech. It was we were there. We saw team handball, which was amazing.
Oh, that must have been so
amazing. We saw team handball. The one thing, and this I'll never forget this because I remember how mad my dad was. The one thing he spent, like the thing we spent the most money on. We basically were like, I don't want to say bargain hunters, but we were like, let's find tickets that we are not super expensive. Like we were never going to swimming and diving.
No.
Swimming and diving is super expensive. We were never going to gymnastics.
So do you have to pay for each event you go to?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
It's basically like a bunch of different sporting
Yeah,
events.
it's not like
happening in the
Disney
same
World where
city.
you get in and you get
Right,
to go
it's not
everywhere.
like a park.
Yeah.
No. It's like they are it's individual ticketed events. And so we were never going to swimming and diving. We were never going to gymnastics. And then we did a lot of the like I said, like the off the beaten path stuff, like the rowing stuff and stuff, which was still super cool, but it's like a little bit more off the beaten path, right? The one thing my dad was like, we're splurging on was we got tickets to the gold medal game of baseball. The gold medal game for baseball at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, and my dad was fired up because he's like, it's going to be USA versus Cuba. It's going to be USA versus Cuba.
Oh,
we
that's
know
so
it is.
cool.
Like everyone, like the whole thing was like, it was barreling towards there. In the semifinals, the U.S. lost to Japan.
Oh,
And so we showed up and we watched Japan versus Cuba. And I want to be very clear. It was a badass game because if I remember correctly, I think there were like 2 Grand Slams in the game. They used metal bats, and it's like there's still like a decent number of MLB players on these teams and stuff like that. It was an incredible game. Like super. I think Cuba won, but it was an incredible game. I remember like being super entertained by it. And I also remember like my dad like stewing. Like my dad not like being like, oh, we were supposed to see America here. We were supposed to. And then like what's made even worse, and I think the closest my dad's ever come to booing America is they won the 3rd place game. They won the bronze medal game against whoever. And so after the game, they came out because they put the medal stand out there on the field.
Oh, no.
And so they came out.
And so he gets to see
And
what
my
could
dad's
have
sitting there
been.
just like, I'll never forget my dad sitting there just like arms crossed.
Typical, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
Just like should have been you. You shouldn't show your face around here, Doug Drabeck. That was a real like I don't know, like I remember thinking like, man, my dad's really mad at
Really
the USA,
upset.
and he loves America.
This is not good.
Like, he's one of the most patriotic guys I know.
Yeah,
And
well-
he's so mad at them. Anyway, there you go. That's a summer vacation.
That's so great. We have no football questions, so just buckle up for vacation
Love it.
questions here. Worst vacation mishap. Was it your dad fuming?
Oh boy, we got kicked out of a baseball stadium once. I guess that counts. One in Savannah, Georgia. We went
no.
to a lot of these. If you're catching a theme,
Y'all's baseball was to our Six Flags.
A lot of vacations revolve
Yeah.
around baseball. We went to Savannah once, and they had they had a team at that point. I think they're still around, called the Savannah Sand Gnats. And there was we were at a game, and it's this old historic stadium in Savannah.
Mm-hmm. Which
And
Savannah's gorgeous.
Savannah's beautiful. So we're there at the night game, and it's this old stadium, but they do have these like concrete bleachers out in left field. I think it's only in left field.
Uh-huh.
That's the one that we went to. But they were blocked off. Like, there was, like, nobody out there. I think they were, like, structurally unsound, but they were around because they were historic. Babe Ruth hit a home run into those stands.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kept around, stuff like that. And my dad, who taught me the value of just act like you know what you're doing, we just, like, walked out there.
Yeah.
And, like, sat in there. And we were the only schmoes sitting here in this stadium where there's a baseball game going on. Like, there are theoretically thousands of people at this game. I don't know how many people were there, but, like, there were thousands of people at this game. They could see us out there. In hindsight, it was extremely dumb. Like, there's no covert action in this. And so we kind of walk out there, just, like, walk past these things and go and sit down. And we sat there for probably 3 minutes before a security guard came up to us and guys, you guys can't be here. And, yeah, we got tossed out. We got thrown out.
That's great. We had a very similar situation, and it was while I was in college. I don't remember, maybe in between my sophomore and junior year. It was the first family vacation we had been on in a minute, and we went out to California, and we're gonna go to Kings Canyon National Park and the sequoias and all of that, the Northern California stuff. So my dad had surprised us with an overnight stay in Vegas, and
Hey,
obviously we weren't old enough to do anything, but we walked up and down the street. I wasn't old enough to do anything.
Wait. Your dad surprised you? with a
Yeah,
trip to Vegas?
exactly. Exactly. So
That's some great hustle there,
yes,
Lance.
LP knew what he was doing.
I like that.
But when we finally got to California, we were driving. It was in between the Sequoia National Park and the Redwoods, and there was this little place he had read about that had redwood trees, and it was this gorgeous, like, lake that you could see out there. So he's like, we're going to take a little detour. We start going, and we go around. We get into the place, and there's, like, a gate, like, partially open, and LP just starts driving in the rental car down it, and we're going, it doesn't really look like this is a park. Like, we're not really supposed to be here type of thing. And we get out and get to the lake, and we're looking, and all of a sudden, yeah, there's these park rangers and stuff, and they've got these dogs, and they're starting to bark, and the park rangers are like, what are y'all doing out here? And LP was like, back to the car, we gotta go. And we were like, what in the world? Were we not supposed to be here? He goes, oh, no. I was just hoping that the gate was going to be open, and it was. So we went in there.
Yes.
And so, yeah, we start getting chased out by these park rangers, and he's like, well, the gate was open. And I was like,
no.
Dad,
No,
no.
I fully support that. I fully support, and especially, I don't want to start getting into like a eminent domain conversation, but like with parks and places like that,
yeah.
it's like that's theoretically public property.
Yes.
Like, I understand that there are rules and things like that, and I'm not saying it should be a free-for-all.
Right.
But if there's a gate open at a public place, you are well within your rights, in my opinion.
Yeah, just pull
in the
oh,
opinion
we
of,
didn't know. We're
in
tourists.
the opinion of this
Sorry.
legal expert,
Yeah.
I think you're well within your rights to walk through that gate. I don't think he did anything wrong there. Like, there were a bunch of barricades between us and those concrete stands in Savannah. We knew what we were doing there.
But we were just gonna pull the tourist card and keep going.
Well, I don't know. Wow. Like, but I do believe that. I do believe, and I've told you this before a lot, which is if the worst thing that can happen is that somebody tells you no,
that you need to leave, then
okay, like push it to that point. Like
Yep.
make them tell you no.
Mm-hmm.
I that's a guiding principle of my life.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
Just get away with what you can get away with.
Mhm.
You know,
No, I
Life's
completely
short.
agree.
You know, get in a little trouble.
I like it. All right. What was the first time that someone made you feel old? Do you remember like a specific time? Which I know that I can say
You
that.
can stop. You are disqualified from this conversation.
Okay.
You're disqualified. The first time somebody made me feel old. Boy, I don't know. I will say there was one point in which I don't even know when this was. I would presume. Let me make sure of this. Let me check the dates on this. So as far as music that I like is concerned, like one band that I grew up listening to was like Pearl Jam.
Uh-huh.
Like I like I like Pearl Jam.
Oh yeah.
It's a hot take.
It's
I like Pearl Jam. I remember because my dad would always listen to like the classic rock station,
Mhm.
right? The classic rock station, and I remember very distinctly. I think that their bar for what constituted classic rock
Yeah.
was if it was 20 years old.
Okay.
And so in 2013, they started playing like songs from like the album 10, which was their debut album.
Mhm.
Like they started playing like Even Flow on the classic
Yep.
rock station, and I'm like, what in the hell? No.
That's not happening.
Absolutely not. At this point, this is like 2013. I think okay, yeah. 10 came out in 91, so it even could have been 2011.
Right.
But like at that point in 2011, I'm like 26, 25, 26 and stuff like that. It's like, what are we doing here? Like how? That
Yep.
I remember that very distinctly of like being out by my dad's pool and having like my focus
The
pool
same station
and
that's
have that-
always
they have-
on.
Yeah, the same station that's always on. I was like, and here's here is Jeremy by Pearl Jam, and I'm like, what? No, absolutely not. You're not allowed to have this.
Yeah.
That was one moment that that sticks in my head.
See, I think my like the real first time I think it ever really
Oh my
really hit
God.
me was like my brother this year is a senior in high school. And so he like the moment that Jake went to senior sunrise, which is on the first day of school, you go watch the sunrise. Obviously, that kind of makes sense. It's in the name.
No, that tracks.
Yeah. And so when I got a picture of Jake at senior sunrise, like this past August, it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Mainly because we always talked about it. It was always one of those things like, oh, when Jake's a senior, oh my God, I'll be 24 years old. Like,
Oh my
that's
God,
crazy.
shut up.
But it's like it's crazy that, oh, now we're here. You can relate to that. Like you said,
I mean,
25, 26 was right about the time it started to hit you.
Yeah,
I'm getting there.
Yeah, I guess what I'll say is that I do think, and I think I've I'll say it again before, I do think that that 2021 feels like the future.
Yeah.
Like it feels
That's
like
like what
futuristic.
Futurama should have been.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like,
It does feel
Back to
like
the Future
it
happened.
it does feel like we're living in the future. So
Yeah.
I can
Or the Flintstones,
yes,
like
exactly.
or not the Flintstones, the Jetsons.
The
Yeah.
Jetsons, yeah.
There you go.
It's like things that happen in 2021 like
We should have
feel
flying
like the
cars
future.
by now.
Right, exactly. All right. We have one more?
Yeah, let's see. We'll go
Got to go with a good one.
Yeah.
No pressure.
What is your favorite arcade video game and board game? Those are definitely two
Those are
separate
two
things.
very different things. Boy,
I think I know mine off the top of my head.
here comes Ashley Pickle.
Arcade game, NBA Jam.
'Kay.
Hands down.
'Kay.
Board game. And this is another thing. Do you consider like dice games board
Yeah.
games?
Okay.
Okay,
I think
Yahtzee.
dice, yeah. Okay. Dice
Love
games.
Yahtzee.
I think dice games count as board games.
I do
think,
too.
I think card games count as board games.
Yeah. I think dice games definitely do. And Yahtzee comes in anything I feel like that comes in like a cardboard box,
Mhm.
I would consider a board
You
game.
know what I like? This is maybe I'm weird.
What?
I always thought Connect 4 was a lot of fun.
Okay.
I like Connect 4.
It's an
That's kind of a board
anticipation game.
It's
Yeah.
it's a thinking man's game.
Yeah, I mean
A
it
thinking
comes
man's
in a board box.
Yes,
Like that's
yeah. To me, yeah. It's a thinking man's game.
Yeah.
Is I always like Connect 4
because it's such a simple task, but there's just enough strategy.
NBA Jam was excellent.
Mhm.
There was a moment in my life.
Mhm.
I'm not too proud to say there was a moment in my life where I was super into Dance Dance Revolution.
Yes.
There was a moment in my
Yeah.
life.
Did you have it at home? Did you ever have Dance Dance Revolution at home?
Yes.
We had it
for
for
a
the
spell.
PS2,
Yeah.
where
I
you
think
could
we did
plug
too.
the mats
Mhm.
into it, and it made the
Yeah. There was
sound.
that. Yeah. Well, it was like this is beyond your years, but whenever like you had the NES and it would have the track and field pad and stuff like
Yep,
that, and nobody ever ran on it. You just use your
Your
hands on it.
yeah.
That was a big one. I will also say like NFL Blitz. I'm a big
Yes.
NFL Blitz guy. And I'll wreck you in NFL Blitz.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
like we've been talking ever since we moved into our new offices, which has now
Wait.
been like 2 years.
Yeah, I haven't seen
2 years,
any
3
fun
years?
around here.
Oh my gosh, has it been 3 years?
I-
Ooh boy. I'm having a time as a flat circle moment. But ever since then, we've been told like, oh yeah, we're gonna make this fun office. Like we're gonna have like, we can get an arcade cabinet, there, or maybe we can get like a shuffleboard thing. Hey Pickle, can you take a look out those windows and see if you see any
No,
fun
there's
going on?
Nothing
No.
at all.
No.
It's not okay.
This is me calling out my boss on the air, on the air that he's paying for, on the equipment that he paid for. It's a bold strategy.
This equipment's one thing, but we need arcade game equipment.
Bold strategy, yeah.
The other thing, real fast, I gotta mention, and this is, I don't know if you could consider it an arcade game, but it's at arcades. I love skee ball. I absolutely love skee ball.
So one thing you should know,
yes.
this is honest conversation with you. One thing you should know is that there is a rivalry in this office that you don't know about
Okay.
between our, I think the director of sales. Is that Rudy's title?
Something like that. I don't know.
Big wig of sales.
Yeah.
Big sales guy.
Big
Rudy.
sales guy.
And other big sales guy, Robel.
Yes.
And it is over the arcade game Papa Shot.
Oh.
And
I love
and
me some
basically
Papa
there's
Shot.
a lot of chirping between these two.
Uh-huh.
A lot of chirping between these two.
in just
And-
normal day things.
And normally when we go to coaching school
yeah.
in San Antonio by the hotel that we stay at,
Uh-huh.
there is a Dave and Buster's, or at least there
Yes,
was. There's
yeah.
a D&B.
Yeah, in the mall.
Yeah, in the mall.
Yeah.
Like in the
Oh,
basement.
I've
of the
been to
mall.
that one. Yeah.
We usually go there
Yes.
for a little bit and waste some time and money.
Good.
And definitely Papa Shot. It's like, now I freely recognize that I am average to below average in Papa Shot. So
Okay.
I don't even contend.
I'm
I'm just
gonna-
like, sure, like I'm here to have fun.
I want to put my hat in the ring.
You should throw your hat in the ring.
I definitely want to.
Max was pretty good if I remember correctly.
That doesn't surprise me. He seems like a
but-
dark horse candidate.
But that is a big rivalry. That is a big rivalry.
Okay.
Is that
well, I'm definitely here for
so-
that.
And so that's one thing to keep an eye on. We used to have a Pop Shot in this office.
That's something I
And
practice a lot in
old school.
college.
People a
Pop
long
Shot.
time TFT OGs. Remember, we used to have Max and I used to have a small Pop Shot in our office in the studio.
Yeah, I heard y'all got in trouble for being too loud.
We used to get in trouble a lot. Now I'm just old and wise.
Yeah, why did I come in the not fun times?
Well, normally the fun is dictated by the producer. So
Oh,
that's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbells. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbells. And, of course, see us at texasfootball.com. For Ashley Pickle, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please get your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you Monday on Texas Football Today.